Hearthstone's Year of the Gryphon is upon us, and with it comes the biggest changes that the game has ever seen. If you haven't stayed up to date but want to jump back in, it might be a lot to take in all at once. But don't worry, we've got the TLDR. Here are the 5 things you need to know about the new era of Hearthstone. Number 1. The core set is replacing basic and classic cards. Since the beginning, Hearthstone has had basic and classic cards playable in standard. Most of these cards became obsolete because new cards got stronger, but some of them have almost always seen competitive play. So it's a huge breath of fresh air that this year, Hearthstone is finally moving most of these cards to Wild and replacing them with a brand new system, the core set. The core set is 235 curated cards consisting of old favorites from previous sets and expansions, as well as some entirely new cards. And the set will be updated every year alongside the usual set rotation in order to keep Hearthstone's meta fresh. Number 2. Replacements and changes to iconic cards. Thankfully, all 235 cards are unlockable for free simply by leveling up your heroes. And if you've already got each class at level 10 or above, then the full core set should already be in your collection by the time you log in on March 30th. Next, we have individual card changes, and my goodness, are there a lot of them. We have some very old cards that have got buffed now that they're in the core set, such as Lord Jaraxxus, who no longer gives you a health penalty. Cairn and Bane also have 5 attack each now, and Lightning Storm will no longer make you curse your RNG. Speaking of, the Shaman Hero Power can't give you the spell damage totem anymore. Instead, we have the new Strength totem. Too bad for the Spork lovers out there because Stone Tusk Boar and Bluegill Warrior have now been replaced by Rush versions whose names I will almost certainly forget while I'm casting. And Warsong Commander also gives Rush now. Finally, 36 wildcards have been unnerfed, so Mana Worm is back to its 1 mana glory days, and Edwin is back at 3. Number 3. The classic format. I know I talked about this being the new year of Hearthstone, but one of the things that has me most excited is actually being able to play old Hearthstone. And I mean June 2014 old, with all the cards, original mana costs, and effects, courtesy of the classic format. You get to play the OG Freeze Mage, Miracle Rogue, you get to draw a million cards with Starving Buzzard and Unleash the Hounds, you can play Savage Roar and Force of Nature for lethal, not in that order, and all that broken goodness. Basically, it's just one giant nostalgia trip, and I am so here for it. Number 4. The new expansion, Forged in the Barrens. Of course, we've got to talk about the new expansion, Forged in the Barrens. Thematically, it's based on, well, the Barrens from WoW, so you've got a lot of Horde characters, hence the new keyword Frenzy, which triggers only once when a minion survives damage. Also, some spells have now been assigned to schools, such as Nature, Frost, and so on. These are just categories similar to how minions have types like Beast and Murloc, and they will apply to old cards as well. This will be important for tutoring effects and certain specified synergies. Forged in the Barrens also introduces class-specific ranked spells, whose effects will upgrade as you gain more mana. Each class will also get their own legendary mercenary minion, which are unique new characters that we'll touch a bit more on later. And as always, each class gets a set of synergistic cards that could maybe push some new archetypes. This time, for example, we have Death Rattle for Demon Hunter and Hero Power buffing for Mage. You can check out these links to see the full card library and the final reveal stream where they played some of their theory-crafted decks. Number 5. The new game mode, Hearthstone Mercenaries. In 2019, we got the Auto Battler mode, Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Last year, we got the Deck Builder, Duels, and this year, we got Hearthstone Mercenaries. Now, there aren't that many details out there yet about Mercenaries, but what we do know is that it will combine elements from roguelikes, tactical games, and RPGs. You assemble a team of some beloved WoW characters, plus the new mercenaries that we saw from the Barrens expansion Legendaries, and basically you just try and level up your mercs as you progress along a map with branching decisions. You get some friendly encounters, hostile encounters, there'll be some PvP elements, and eventually you face off against some big bosses. Hopefully we get more details about Mercenaries soon, because it's slated for Phase 1 of the Year of the Gryphon, so this expansion cycle in other words. If you want to learn more about Hearthstone Mercenaries or the roadmap for Hearthstone in 2021, we've got the links for you. And that's it! You're all set to ring in the Year of the Gryphon, so see you in the tavern.